Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at 3 different type of events that are all going to be absolutely fantastic for Pokemon Go. And yeah, we're going to start off here with the July content update. And there's going to be a lot more coming up. You see it most likely through thumbnail as well as title. Eternatus is going to get released most likely very soon in Pokemon Go. We have Hisuian Zoruark coming, which is going to be a very, very interesting one. But let's take a look at the July update here first. All graphics that I'm going to see, of course, in today's video is going to be from Galax again. There's always a link down below to their Twitter, so definitely make sure to follow them for the best graphics of Pokemon Go. Anyway, let's take a look here at what we see, and we see here already 2 new raid boss for the first time, which is going to be Lunala as well as Solgaleo. I made a video recently about like the best Pokemon to bottle cap. Those were in there because they have never been released other than like quest encounters before. And now this is going to be the first time where you're finally going to be able to get them as raid encounters. And this is going to be absolutely fantastic because both of them are top meta in those forms for the Open Master League, and especially Solgaleo is going to be one of those Pokemons that you really need for the current Master League meta. It's super good. It has play against both Zamazenta as well as Zacian, which is absolutely fantastic for this Pokemon as well. One of the best Pokemon right now to have in the current meta. And so, for sure, make sure to get one of those with good IVs. Get all the XL candy if you want to play in the Open Master League, because it's definitely worth it. Yeah, still, Lunala's kind of cool as well. The cool thing about those, by the way, is as well, both of those get the same candies. Both of them are going to get Cosmo candies and Cosmo XL candies. So even if you're going to struggle with getting basically your one good one and you need a lot of raids for that one, you're still going to collect candies for the other version of it, which is kind of cool. This year, neither of them are going to be available as their shinies, even though the shinies look really, really cool. But yeah, those are going to be available. That's kind of the main thing that I want to talk about here. Otherwise, you're going to get some cool Max Pokemon with the Max Whalmer. Like, imagine getting on Max Monday, Max Whalmer there as, an XXL version of it. Like, get an XXL Wailord that can Dynamax. Imagine. Like, literally, I want to see it in Pokemon Go. I'd love to see it there. Some interesting spotlight hours here, especially like the Pikachu one has going to have a costume and has double Stardust. And here we will see like the current events going on. The 9th anniversary party is already going on currently in Pokemon Go. You're gonna get Gimme Gold with a special coin there, so that might be something interesting for you all. Otherwise you're going to have here the community day coming up as well. Summer concert, I wonder what this is going to be. We don't have any information towards this event yet, but that's going to be an interesting one here. Adventure week is going to be usually a cool one. Max Battle weekend, let's see what you're going to get there. Most likely like a bigger one if it's through like an entire weekend. Water Festival is kind of cool, Raid is kind of cool. And there are more events coming up as well that are not announced in here because they're going to be the Ultra Unlock events that are also still going to take place in this month and in the next month. And here is going to be one of the biggest news that we have had yet in Pokemon Go. This was not it for the GoFest. GoFest is going to get a max finale here as well, which is going to be super cool. As you will see here, that Eternatus most likely is going to get released. With this event, we have to battle them in like max battles, I assume. I would assume get like more spawns and whatever as well. You must have to pay for another ticket or whatever. But this is going to be insanely interesting that Eternatus is going to get its way into Pokemon Go. And we have basically another GoFest event coming up on the 23rd to 24th of August, where we don't have more information yet towards it. But this is going to be super interesting. And we can take a look here at Eternatus as well and why this is so interesting. Here for the Master League, this Pokemon gets up to 5007 CP, which you see here as well. Legendary Pokemon, 5007 CP, very solid stats, like over 5000 CP just from a normal Pokemon without a form change is, by the way, amazing. This is really, really cool. And currently, it has a very solid charge and fast moves here as well, with Poison Jab, Dragon Tail, giving a double stab depending on what you kind of want. Mostly Dragon Tail in the current meta, but like Poison Jab does make a lot of sense as well. We're going to have here the Flamethrower has great coverage, especially in the current meta where Steel-type Pokemon are quite commonly seen. It's amazing to have. Cross Poison as mostly the main charge move for this Pokemon because it's cheap and can boost your own attack up as well in PvP. And Dragon Pulse as a coverage move, and then again it has some signature moves that might be able to get as well, which is going to be very, very interesting there. So, as we will see here, this is kind of it for this Pokemon. We see for the Master League that here we have 2 different movesets. I think currently Dragon Tail, Cross Poison, as well as the Flamethrower is going to be the best moveset, which we will see here as well very quick. That is going to have the best coverage. It has coverage and as well against Zamazenta and Zacian, which is kind of nice. But again, this Pokemon would have potential as well to get even buffed in the future. Poison types, generally speaking, are not that great in the current meta, where a lot of ground and steel types are really, really good. But thanks to the Flamethrower coverage, I do think that Eternatus is still going to have some solid play. So this is going to be a very interesting one. And we most likely have to battle this version here, which would get up to 9,255 CP, but this will not actually be in the game because, like, not for you at least to catch, even though it learns Hyper Beam here apparently. Because, yeah, like you're never gonna be able to get this one. Never been released like this in the main series games, but if it would get released, it would be pretty solid, I would say. Anyway, will never be the case, even though like this is the best Pokemon ever in the code. 9,255 CP would be hilarious though. What is cooler though is the Ultra Unlock. This is going to be the Hisui celebration. This is the first Ultra Unlock event. We have like a raid day, and I think we have another event coming up as well soon-ish with it. And this is going to be the one and only Ghost as well as normal type Pokemon that ever has seen light in Pokemon. This is the only normal Ghost type. And normal Ghost typing is an absolute fantastic typing, only having one weakness to Dark. That's it. Everything else you're going to be able to be fine against. There are a lot of course like neutral play against you, but there's nothing really super effective other than Dark type Pokemon. But then again, you have also some cool resistances with the Ghost typing, resisting Fighting, for example, twice. You have a lot of kind of cool resistances with this typing here. You still resist Ghost typing, even though you are a Ghost type, which is super unique. And with that, you're going to have a very good defensive type on this Pokemon, which is lovely. And honestly, it is one of my favorite Pokemon. Like, it's just one of my favorite Pokemon designs. I will absolutely play this Pokemon. There is no doubt about it. And I actually haven't checked on how high the Zoroark are going to be, but I will maybe check this afterwards as well. But yeah, Zoroark is going to be interesting. We're going to take a look at this. Here's going to be the event. What the hell is 4 times catch Stardust mean? What the hell? For 5 days you have 4 times catch Stardust. Trust me, I'm going to go outside and catch so many Pokemon. We have space-time anomalies again. I actually don't really remember them from the last time they were around. I don't know, but apparently the sky can change, and then you're going to get like different Pokemon from distance past or whatever, which is kind of cool. Where most likely you're going to get the Zoroark from as well. This is going to be a normal spawn, sadly not in Shiny. This Shiny is absolutely fantastic for this Pokemon, but even the normal one is one of my favorite Pokemon to, just generally exist. It's one of my favorite Pokemon here. But as I see here, there's going to be all the Hisuian Pokemon, which is kind of cool. You can get the, I think it's the U or something from the unknown. There has a higher shiny chance as well, which is kind of cool. There's some shiny boost as well available during this time. And I could see that this Pokemon here that you see, you don't see the cursor, but I think the Liminip or whatever it's called, like the grass type that you see here next to the Zoroark, might be able to evolve into its other form as well. It's not announced yet, but I could see that this is going to happen as well. There is like the special form. Maybe we can just evolve all of our Pokemon that are on here that are having a special form in the Hisuian region into their respective form, because like there's all of the pre-evolutions kind of spawning there. So I could see that this might be event part of it, and then we would be able to get this one, and we might be even able to then get Gumi and Goodra, which would be kind of cool there. Like the Hisuian Goodra would be kind of nice for this event as well. We have to see what's going to be with the Hisui celebration, but here you see, for example, the shiny boost available as well. Cool shinies, cool event. I love this event. I will be able to play a bit more of it as well, most likely, which is going to be lovely. Can't wait. Here we're going to take a look at the Hisuian Zoruark though. Look at this Pokemon, like it looks absolutely fantastic. We don't know the moveset yet. The moves are not in there yet, but this is going to be what the stat's going to be. And what you see already, it has an amazing attack stat, but not a great defense and HP stat. And so while you have an amazing typing, and normal and ghost, absolute fantastic typing, it's not going to be a very strong Pokemon. But here you see the resistances. Double resistance to normal, resistance to bug, fighting, ghost, and poison is kind of cool, as fighting and ghost are both, in theory, super effective types against the normal and ghost typing, but the other type cancels those out extra hard there, which is kind of funny. But yeah, this is going to be kind of for this Pokemon here. Kind of funny, but we can still take a look at what it could do potentially. Because, of course, the movesets are all out there that this Pokemon can learn in the main series games. And there's a lot of moves that this Pokemon can learn. One of them is going to be Shadow Claw from Evolving, which I would assume already, you don't see it perfectly there on the screen right now. But yeah, Shadow Claw from Evolving, which is kind of cool. I can change it here a little bit. There are a lot of moves that this Pokemon can learn. Hex would be also there. But I would assume it's going to get Shadow Claw. It's going to get most likely something like Swift, I think, as well. It learns Foul Play. Like all of those going to be very, very likely for this Pokemon to be learned. Yeah. So yeah, Swifted can learn as well here, which is a very solid move. Icy could learn, which is only for this Pokemon, for example, which is kind of cool. Nightshade would make sense on it. There are a lot of moves that this Pokemon can learn, but let's take a look at how this would look like in PvP. And while this Pokemon isn't the best Pokemon, generally speaking, in terms of what it can do with the bulk it has, because you see here 1,389 there is pretty bad, but because of the resistances that we have, it's actually very solid still there. We're going to have your different kind of moveset that you can have. I put some stuff on there. Night Slash would make sense, Flamethrower would make sense, Sludge Bomb makes sense, and Shadow Ball would make sense. Let's take a look at this one. This is the most likeliest moveset for this Pokemon, and you actually have play with it, which is kind of hilarious. So yeah, because you resist all the Fury Cutter users there as well, you actually have a lot of play against basically the current meta, which is kind of funny. You have great pacing if you're going to get Swift or Body Slam. I hope that this Pokemon gets Swift, which I do assume they want to put on it, because then you have Double Step there as well. And as you're going to see here as well, it actually looks kind of solid with an average rating of 471. For a Pokemon that's so squishy, I do think it's actually a solid Pokemon to run like this, and I hope that we're going to get this moveset, or even Nightshade on it. Nightshade would make a lot of sense as well. Nightshade most likely would even make more sense on this Pokemon, because it would be a little bit cheaper to get to. So if you put Nightshade in here, it does a little bit less damage in Shadow Ball. Yeah, it's gonna give it even a little bit better play there. It would be lovely. And even for the Ultra League, of course, you can play it, and you don't need even, you need a tiny bit of XL Candy there. But it's going to be a very cool Pokemon there with a great typing that has a little bit of play in the current meta. And yeah, I can't wait for the event. Hopefully you enjoy this one. Eternatus is going to be something that you definitely want to get for sure when this is going to get released. Very cool Pokemon. And then again, we have Zoruark, which is going to be very cool as well. There's a lot more coming up. Solgaleo is an event that you have to definitely do as well. Like, this Pokemon is going to be absolutely amazing for PvP. Do the raid hour as well for it. It is going to be worth it. Yeah, that's going to be it for the event overview. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.